There are stories that seem impossible, like this happened on K2 in the winter of 2021. On January 16, 10 Nepalese mountaineers reached the summit of K2 for the first winter ascent. These climbers will go down in history for reaching this summit, but their departure marks the better end of the season. A group of 10 Nepali climbers had marched the last few steps to the summit arm in arm, singing their country's national anthem. It was a stunning triumph, tempered by news the same day that Catalan climber Sergi Mingote had fallen to his death only hours before. Then, on the morning of February 5th, Bulgarian climber Atanas Skatov fell while changing anchors below country. He too was killed, and the tragedy was not at the end. January 2021. Tamara Langer, Joan Pablo Mohr, and Sergi Mingote had shared a tent at Camp 1 on their previous acclimatization round. While Langer remained in Camp 2, Mingote and Mohr continued up to Camp 3 for a night at 7,000 meters. The next day, Langer returned to advanced base camp, while Mohr and Mingote were descending from higher up. It was on their way down to base camp that the accident occurred. Mohr was descending faster than Mingote and was in front. Shortly before the lower, or Japanese Camp 1, he saw someone plummeting out of control down a steep, icy ramp. At the moment, he didn't even know it was his friend. He just yelled, "Try to stop yourself! Try to stop!" It was 600 meters before Mingote finally came to a halt. The Mingote's body stopped just 40 meters from the advanced base camp, where Tamara Langer was resting in the sun. It was a shock to everyone. Langer herself had lost her original partner when Alex Gavan decided to go home after Mingote's death. In shock herself, she had a fog decision to make. After 2 days, she refound her motivation and decided to join Mohr, Mingote's former climbing mate. Langer and Mohr reached the high country at 7,600 meters. The cold at night was extreme, with temperatures around -50. Even with the 2 sleeping bags for high altitude and closed in a tent, their teeth chattered. The 2 Sadparas and Snorri also arrived. They rested all in one tent, because there had been no way to prepare more tents or accessories. Before setting out, however, Tamara Langer had stomach problems. She wasn't able to attempt the summit. She stayed in a corner in the tent at Camp 3, so as not to disturb the preparation of the other climbers. Then, she saw them leave in the dark. On February 5th, she waited hours for news, but nothing came. So after leaving a stove and some food ready to Joan Pablo, she decided to descend. Meanwhile, around the morning, another climber, the Bulgarian Atanas Skatov, fell from the rope near Japanese Camp 3. Atanas was with his Sherpa and went a few meters ahead so the Sherpa could see it properly. While changing his safety from one rope to the other, seemed some errors occurred and he fell down. But the tragedies were not over. Weeks earlier, Sadpara had openly expressed his keenness to make the attempt after a 10-member Nepalese team led by Nimsdai became the first ever to summit K2 in winter. He wanted a new record, but without oxygen. And he also wanted his son to be there when it happened. Sadpara, his son, told the media that they had started out with some 25 to 30 climbers, local and foreign, but all of them turned back before hitting the 8,000-meter point. For country, only 4 climbers continued: the Sadpara, Snorri and Mohr. Said's own condition worsened when they hit the bottleneck. Said told, "We are carrying an oxygen cylinder in our amazing gear. My father told me to take it out and use some. It will make me feel better." But while Said was setting up the cylinder, its mask regulation sprang a leak. Meanwhile, his father and the 2 foreigners continued to scale the bottleneck. His father then looked back and shouted to Said to keep climbing. Said shouted that the cylinder had leaked. And Ali said, "Don't worry, keep climbing, you'll feel better." The Nepalese had done it weeks earlier, and Ali wanted to do it too, because K2 is your mountain. But Said couldn't gather the strength to do it, and he decided to turn back. It was around noon of Friday. That was the last he saw of them. What could have happened? Said said he saw the 3 men climb over the bottleneck at the top, which means that them probably didn't make it to the summit. But this has never been proved. Experts say mass accident happened while descending, as even a slight loss of balance can send one crashing down into an abyss. Those who knew Sadpara doubt he would have made such an error. People in his village still recall more than one occasion when a goat Sadpara was standing in the mountains got injured, and instead of slitting its throat, as others would, he'd hold it over his shoulders and walk all the way down to take it to the village vet. They suspect that he probably failed to make it back because one or both of his partners met with an accident and he stayed on trying to find a way to save them. Their bodies are being recovered on July 2021, when Sadpara had shared his intention to summit the K2 again to make a documentary on the life of his father as a mountaineer, and to find the bodies of the 3 fallen climbers. He wanted to go to K2 and know what happened to his father and his companion John Snorri. Said, along with Canadian filmmaker Elias Saikali and Pankaj Sherpa from Nepal, started the K2 summit on July 24. Not only completed the K2 summit, but also was able to find the bodies of his father and Snorri. Sadpara dragged the body of his father at C4. An Argentine climber helped to bring in the body. The official said that the deceased mountaineers were identified by the color of their clothes. Said will continue following the father's footsteps as a mountaineer. The mountaineering will continue to surprise youth.